From looking back at my prelim task, I can see that I've understood much more on how magazines look, and I've put a lot more thought into the codes and conventions of them. I gave more thought on my house style this time, and also my fonts, as looking back at my prelim task, my fonts were all different and they looked all cluttered on my page. Also on my contents page, I haven't measured the spacing of my text or images put into or put columns into it. It looks all messy, and no magazine looks like this really. However, looking at my proper contents page from Music Magazine, I've put thought into the spacing by measuring Kerrang magazines, as this was the closest kind of magazine to which magazine I wanted mine to be like. So I copied the columns and spacing of this kind of magazine and the page sizes. I now realise that the basic conventions of magazines, such as the drop capital, the superimposed masthead, house style, columns, slug, banners, etc. I got to know the technology I was using more in comparison to my prelim task. In my full product, I got to know the tools on Photoshop more, and I actually measured my contents page in InDesign instead of just throwing everything on the page, making it all look cluttered like my prelim task. And as I used a Kerrang magazine this time to measure everything from my contents page, it looked a lot more professional in comparison to my prelim task. Next time, the things I would do differently would be getting more models from my magazine and using the blemish tools on parts of my model which would need fixing up a little bit. As magazines always do this on their models, they use an airbrush tool to make it look more professional and just to make the model look more nicer, to make an ideal self for the consumer. And I would also like to spend more time on my contents page, as this was my weakest page, and I rushed it a lot more in comparison to my other pages, like my double page spread and my main cover, and it just didn't get up to the standards of the other two pages.